Hello everyone, it is Mike here and welcome to a very special Rumble. We got a great one for you. It's movies. We got movies. And this entrance looks awesome. So we're going to have a lot of what we've already had. I'm going to try to stay away from certain genres. We're kicking things off with Eric Draven though, and I wish we had the music, because this looks really good. Whoever put this together, obviously it's custom. So, it looks amazing though. Eric Draven looks awesome. And, yeah, we're going to have some people in here for sure. And it's going to be pretty good. I mean, we're going to have a lot of people we've already had. So, expect that. Because obviously they haven't been making a lot with the movie characters. So, we'll see what all we get. I mean, I did add quite a few. But I tried to stay away from the horror genre. I tried to stay away from a lot of cartoons. I have a couple, but I tried to stay away from that and any MCU. I thought that would be an easy cop-out. So, and we got John Wick here. So it's going to be The Crow versus John Wick. Oh, what a great startup between these two. It is going to be amazing. And you talk about rated R action here. And John Wick kind of reminded me of The Accountant, how he blows on his hands. Yeah, I can't wait for that movie. At the time I'm doing this, it's coming out this week, so I'm actually really pumped for that movie. My dad likes that movie a lot more than I do. But Draven and Wick are kicking it off. And we're going to have all kinds of movie characters. We're not going to have horror. We're not going to have MCU, and we're going to have a couple cartoons, but it's going to be more digital animation, since I covered a lot in the cartoon one. And we got Jack Sparrow here at number 3. Captain Jack, one of my all-time favorites. I love Dead Man's Chest. I love the first 2 movies. The third one's good, and then after the third one, I don't claim them. They no longer exist, let's just say that. And number 4 is Kung Fu Panda. So I said I was going to have some in here. I mainly is Pixar and DreamWorks. I'm trying to stay away from the classics, the classic Disney and stuff like that. I'm going more for digital animation on this, and the reason why is because we could have a whole entire one just based off of that. So and the same thing goes with the horror genre. I mean, obviously some of these are have a subgenre there, maybe The Crow, but really it's more of a thriller. And number 5 is Robert McCall from Equalizer, Denzel. And The Crow has been eliminated by John Wick. And The Equalizer is here. I love the first Equalizer movie. 2 and 3 are good, but they're not great. But the first movie is amazing. I mean, that whole fight scene in Home Depot, that's awesome. He's using tools in Home Depot or Lowe's, whatever it is, to fight the bad guys. That is just unbelievable. And number 6 is Shrek. So we got Shrek at 6, and the panda took out Captain Jack Sparrow. And Shrek eliminated the panda. And number 7. Who is this? Oh, it's Paul Blart Mall Cop. Oh, goodness. Kevin James. Yeah, this is probably my least favorite in this list, but, I just did it for a gimmick, obviously. Because, I like Kevin James. I think Kevin James is funny. The Mall Cop is a pretty sorry movie. And don't even get me started on the second one. The first one's just mediocre. And, there's a couple good laughs in there, but for the most part, it's just very cringy. And number 8 is going to be Forrest Gump. Oh, my goodness. And this face scan kind of freaked me out. When Tom Hanks does face scans, it freaks me out. Whether it be the Polar Express or this was freaky. There's another one I had earlier this year that would look good. This one looks spot on. To the point where it's kind of creepy. And you all know one of my biggest hot takes. I hate that movie. I like Lieutenant Dan. I think he's funny. I hate the rest of the movie. And for some reason, and that director, I think the guy I don't know who directed it. I want to say there's one director, and he made Polar Express. He's made a lot of movies I despise. So it's not just Polar Express. He may have directed Forrest Gump also. If he did, shame on him, because that makes another movie I hate. But don't quote me on that. I could be wrong, but I think he directed that Here movie. That was, oh man, that looked so bad. And number 10 is Sully from Monsters, Inc. And he's got the Andre entrance, because he is a giant. And we lost Robert. So Robert is done. He's not going to be using that nail gun anytime soon. Can you imagine his boss the next morning having to sit down with Robert? If you've ever seen that movie, it is so hardcore. Denzel's one of the best. There's no doubt about it. He is one of the best. His charisma, there's very few actors that have his charisma. I would say Tom Cruise is there, and John McClane is here. And a couple of these are going to go by their name. We also have Tyler Durden. And I'm not, I almost broke the first rule of the you-know-what club. But yeah, they went by their actors' names, but obviously we know these characters. And there's about 3 of them that you'll see the actor's name, but obviously it's a character. Whether it be Tyler Durden or John McClane. I really like Tyler Durden. He is a great character. And to a degree, and we got Gollum at 12, I have kind of, I think every man has a Tyler Durden in him. There's that side, well, I would say 90% of men are like the narrator, and but they want to be like Tyler Durden. If you've seen the movie, I'm not going to give it away, but there's an obvious metaphor what I'm trying to say here. But if you haven't seen the movie, you need to watch it immediately. You need to just turn this off and watch it. And 13, we have Silent Bob. So I'm going to have Jay here also from the Clerks. They don't really have a big role in that movie, but it's Kevin Smith. He directed the movie, and he kind of put himself in it as these guys that just, I guess, sit on the corner. And they're kind of, I think they're bums. I'm not for sure. And when I say bum, I mean like they just don't do nothing. They just sit there. And, they talk to people that walk by or something. They're not big characters in Clerks, I don't think. I'm trying to recall the movie, but Clerks is a good movie. I really like Clerks. The first movie, it's kind of messed up at parts, but Kevin Smith really had some good humor in that, and I've seen a couple of his movies, but not all of them. I hate Cop Out. That's a terrible movie, but I do like, and maybe he could get some revenge on Bruce Willis here, because they don't get along. And Forrest Gump with the elimination on Gollum. But I do like Chasing Amy. I love that movie. Chasing Amy is awesome. Kevin Smith directed that one also. There's a bunch of Kevin Smith movies I actually haven't seen. So I'm not really familiar on a lot of his. I've seen Clerks. I've seen Chasing Amy, and it's kind of like hard to get a hold of some of his movies for some reason. And Paul Blart is finished. And what else have I seen that he's done? Yeah, I haven't even seen Red State. And Shrek is finished also, so they're flying out of here. And I'm expecting another quick one, the way things are going. And I hate that. They've been kind of short, some of these. I know you all don't mind it. I kind of nitpick everything when it comes to this. And I like 30 to 35, but we're always close to, either 29 or 31. I'd like to see one go to 35. But I better keep my mouth shut because it could go an hour and a half. And I may eat those words later. So, but Forrest Gump, I wish somebody would get rid of him. Oh my goodness, I cannot stand him. He is just so terrible. Like, he's so in love with this girl that just could care less about him. Drives me nuts. And 14 is Ron Burgundy, Will Ferrell, Anchorman. I haven't seen that in a while. Anchorman 2 is funny. And growing up, I went to school with a lot of people that love Will Ferrell. I mean, Step Brothers was one of the biggest movies that everybody always talked about. Also, Superbad. Those two movies always came up in the comedy discussion. Like, everybody had to see them. And I think Step Brothers is funny, but I don't enjoy it as much as everyone else does. I mean, it's a very funny movie, but, it's like these people act like it's the greatest thing that ever was created. That's my issue. And it looks like we lost Forrest Gump, so run, Forrest, run back up the ramp to the locker room. You're not going to Mania. And I hate that whole jogging scene where he grows a beard. That movie's ridiculous. I'm sorry. That is one of my biggest hot takes, and I will stand by that hot take. I can't stand that movie. And number 16 is Rocky Balboa. And I'm a big Rocky fan, big Stallone fan. You just cannot go wrong with Stallone. He is definitely an underdog. And, a lot of people, doubted him when he first started out in acting and stuff, and then he wrote Rocky, and, some people said he robbed it or whatever, but I still think he's impressive for, whether it be Rambo or Rocky Balboa, and, Rocky 1's not my favorite. I love Rocky 4, I love 3, I like them all better than 1 except for 5. 5's kind of it's just okay. But I actually I would say Rocky 2's the best. And then I would probably go Rocky 4 and Rocky 3. And then Rocky 1. Even though I think Rocky 1 won an Oscar. But it's not as good as the others. I just like the cheesiness of it. And the first one really doesn't have it. It's more of a serious tone. And number 17 is Jay. So we got Jay. We already had Silent Bob. And if I put Silent Bob in, I have to put Jay in. It's just a given. And we lost Sully. And number 18... is that the guy from The Naked Gun? I think it is. And it's something about Police Patrol or something. It looks like him. I just picked him up. I've never seen The Naked Gun. Shame on me. I know. And look at Tyler Durden. Oh, man. Tyler Durden is one of my favorites here. I mean, what he represents is what I like. What he represents as a character. If you've ever seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. You know the metaphor I'm talking about. And that movie, it still holds till this day. And just the recklessness of it. And 19 is The Wrestler. He's from the movie The Wrestler. It's played by Mickey Rourke, I want to say. Or I always want to say Mickey Rooney, but it's not Mickey Rooney. Mickey Rourke. Mickey Rooney's another actor. And the reason I remember that name is because my grandfather saw him in the airport one time and said, "How's it going, Mickey?" He actually saw him in the airport, so I always get those two mixed up because I think of that story. And we also have the villain from Judgment Day here. Lucas made him and did a great job. And number 20 is Darth Vader. Uh-oh. One of my favorites in this. And I have a lot of favorites. And there goes Randy. So, I think that's his name. He's from the movie The Wrestler. And it's a Darren Aronofsky. You know what I'm going to call you, Darren, since I can't pronounce your last name? I'm going to call you Darren Colonoscopy. How about that? Since I don't know how to say your name without butchering it. I'm going to just call you Darren Colonoscopy. How about that? But anyway, I've never seen that movie. I'm a big fan of Darren, even though I can't say his last name properly. Aronofsky. Or not. I think it. I don't know. I give up. And 21 is Rambo. So Stallone is trying to cheat. He has been caught cheating as he has two different attires and somehow he's in it at the same time. He cloned himself. And the clones aren't getting along though. So maybe it's not cheating after all. And Rambo's gone and I'm telling you, wow. This one guy is killing it. Ron Burgundy is doing a good job here. And number 22 is Jake Sully. So we got Avatar here now. And I love Avatar. I know some of you all don't like the blue people. But I really enjoy my visuals with James Cameron. And obviously he's not going to be around forever. But he's going to pass down the torch. And I'm excited to see where this franchise goes. And he's probably not going to get to see it finished, which really stinks. Because, I mean, look how long it took from 1 to 2. And he's got this all mapped out and everything. And it's good. I don't care what people think. You know, some people think it's dumb. And we got Ivan Drago at 23 from Rocky 4. He was my option to put in. Of course, you have to put in the Russian. He is so brutal in that movie. And, yeah. Oh, my goodness. And at first I never knew that was Dolph. Now I want to call him Lingerie. I can't pronounce anyone's last name tonight. Or Lungry, or whatever his name is. I didn't know he was the Russian for the longest time. I thought it was just some other guy. And 24, we have the Grinch. So it has been epic here. The Grinch is here. He stole Christmas, and I can't blame him. Because obviously he was harassed in a song for I don't know how many times. I mean they played it all in retail. You heard it in retail. Imagine someone making a song about you, and they play it in stores. I'd be ticked off too. And they want to make fun of me because I'm green and that they need a nose job? I mean, come on. 25 is Voldemort. Yeah, gonna make fun of me. Look at your nose. How about, of course, it's because everyone looks that way is why they make fun of the Grinch. Because it's kind of like that episode in the Twilight Zone where the beautiful people are called ugly and the doctors are the actual ugly people. And they tell the beautiful people, well, we can't fix you, and they think they're ugly. That was one of the craziest Twilight Zone episodes ever, but I always remember that episode. There's a lot of good Twilight Zone episodes, whether it be the one with William Shatner on the plane. That's a classic. That's something I would love to revisit, Twilight Zone. You know, Outer Limits, Twilight Zone, those were always good. I remember one time, though, I was watching Outer Limits. They had to turn it off. I was a kid. And it was the one where it was only one guy that was left in the world. And, of course, all the women, you know. So, yeah, my mom had to turn that one off. I was like 6 or 7. So it was definitely, I mean, she didn't know that was going to happen. But Some stuff just started, and let's just say that she turned it off in time. Because, I mean, wouldn't that be awesome to be the last man? In that perspective, it would be awesome. But at the same time, it probably wouldn't be awesome because, I mean, imagine, there would definitely be women that would try to kill you. For sure. If you were the last man in the world. There would definitely be a group of women that would try to get rid of you. And then there would be a bunch of them fighting over you. And then there would be some that you wouldn't want fighting for you. Or fighting over you. And 27 is William Wallace, Braveheart. Braveheart. A movie I have never seen. Surprise, surprise. I've seen like a clip, and that's it. I've seen the Freedom clip, which obviously gives everything away. And we lost Ron Burgundy, but he had a good performance. He had a really good performance here. Yeah, I've never seen Braveheart. And, you know, I'm a big Mel Gibson fan. I know Mel Gibson's had his demons. I know he's a little bit rattled at times. But Mel's a good actor. And I separate the art from the artist. Because that's what you have to do. I mean, and I know, like I said, he has his demons, obviously. But he is an artist. He is an absolute, whether it be directing or whether it be acting, he is a talent that could not be duplicated, in my opinion. I mean, look at his director stuff, not counting the Flight Risk, which I heard was terrible. But Hacksaw Ridge, Passion of the Christ, Apocalypto. I mean, that is a solid resume, and I haven't even seen Braveheart, and that's supposed to be his best movie. So, I mean, how do you top those three movies? Those three movies are excellent, in my opinion. So, I mean, I know he has his problems. I don't like Edge of Darkness. And Grinch has been eliminated. And number 28 is Frank Dukes. Jean-Claude Van Damme from one of my favorite movies, Bloodsport. And no, we did not put Chun Li in here. Unfortunately, he barely didn't make the cut. Because I didn't want him in again. I would rather have someone new in. So I had to exchange him for Ivan Drago, which I'm completely fine with. Both of them are good villains and very intimidating. So, and 29 is going to be Beetlejuice. I better not say it 3 times or he'll jump in my house. And I'll have to take him out. We got Beetlejuice in the house. And I actually did enjoy the second movie. I thought it was a little bit rushed. But I actually, this is going to be controversial. I like the second movie better than the first. I don't know. I think it's about a tie, actually. But that's still controversial. That I tie Beetlejuice 2 to 1. But I really like 2. Because I love Jenna Ortega. And the only issue I have with 2, I think it should have been like 20 minutes longer. I think it should have drew out the story a little bit longer. Some of the storylines were rushed. There was multiple storylines. It was trying to do too much at once. And there were some really good ideas there. But just the fact that they're trying to do like 100 things at once, it just doesn't work for me. So I did have a big issue with that. I like these camera cuts as long as we don't miss eliminations. I'm completely fine with them. Just sometimes you miss stuff you don't want to miss, and it's kind of a bummer. So, have we got 30 yet? I think we still have 30 to go. But, I mean, we have space for one more. Maybe we did. I don't recall. You can obviously tell I'm ADHD. So, I mean, I think this would be my best evidence. Doing stuff like this is definitely my best evidence. Did 30 even arrive? I don't even recall. So, it might have happened already. I don't know. And we got Ivan Drago going back. And, oh my goodness, Beetlejuice with the low blow. Yeah, I don't think we've had 30 yet. Because there's somebody I just know there's somebody missing. I just don't know who it is. And who knows, 30 could just be relaxing on the couch, waiting and cheating his way. And, oh my goodness, everyone is flying out of here. And 30 is just, you know... Oh, wait a second. 30's already here. My bad. I think, yeah. Yeah, I just think I didn't see Indiana Jones. He's number 30 because that was the one I was missing. And obviously nobody else has came out, so I'm pretty sure he was 30. And so we are down to 4 people. Vader is really killing it. I'm rooting for Vader 100%. But we have Terminator also. We got William Wallace. And we also have Indiana Jones, who I want out the most at number 30. So, you know, and oh man, Darth Vader's done. There goes Mania, because he had the best shot, and you got to give him credit. He lasted a good while. Now we're down to 3. I don't know who's going to be in our final 2. Hopefully they could get rid of Indiana Jones. You know, Indiana Jones, I like the first movie a lot. The Raiders of the Lost Ark. And the second one's all pretty good. And after that, I just don't like them. I don't like the third movie with Sean Connery. I hate the fourth movie. That one's horrible. I haven't even watched the fifth one, but I heard it's terrible. I may check it out, though. I actually may check that out. That'd be a good movie for Mom and me to watch on Disney Plus. When we really don't have a lot of things to watch. That would be a good idea. So I'll keep that in mind. I still need to see The Dial of Destiny. I like Mads Mikkelsen. And of course he's playing a villain. He can never be a good guy. Let's just face the facts. And there goes Indiana Jones. So we are now down to 2. Terminator and William Wallace. What a great final showdown between these two. Been a little bit quick tonight. I don't like seeing eliminations that quick. But, you know, I nitpick a lot. I know I do. So, I'll just take what I can get at this point. And it's going to be a lot different this year with how the servers are. And William Wallace wins. With how the servers are and the fact we don't have music. Because I have to do this a different way. Because the AverMedia doesn't hook up to the Series X. And William Wallace, you better not point at the sign. You were 27, I believe. You're not going to WrestleMania. There will be no freedom at WrestleMania. I can guarantee you that. And you will have the same fate that you did in Braveheart if you point at that sign again. I dare you. Scream freedom all you want. You're not going to Mania. But anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed it. And we can have another one of these. But I actually had a little bit difficult time putting 30 together. Which is kind of odd. But by the time you see this, hopefully we have more of a cast to choose from. As the creators are going to just keep on going. But it has been harder this year with, you know, the next gen and the old gen not together and the PC not together. It has been kind of a bummer. So just bear with me, and hopefully by 26 things will be better. Yeah. But anyway, it's every 5 years. I told you all, 15, 20, 25. The worst ones of all time. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all later. Thank you all for dropping by. William Wallace wins, but he's not going to Mania.